We're back. This is the big week. Been trying to put some shows out this week to get ourselves excited, but I'm twitching now. I'm ready for the weekend. Mo, welcome. How are we?
I'm like you. I'm buzzing. Forget the 3 in a row. I've forgotten about that now. Let's go. International week. Nobody likes him at all. Like is it me or is this 2 weeks felt long? Like really long.
Very long.
Yeah, proper dragged.
Yeah. So I can't wait, to be honest.
I'm the same, lad. I don't watch international footy, lad. They fucking may as well stick pens in my eyes. Do you know what I mean? I fucking hate it. Adam, how are we?
How are we, lad? You all right? Yeah, not bad, mate. As you say, we're nearly there for the weekend. Not far off now. Need the footy, lad. Need the footy badly.
Oh, any footy apart from that international shit, do you know what I mean? There's a few belts in. Well, Slot, Baldy Head is in the building. Ross, we have another Welshman. This is the kid from Philly. Ross.
Talk about international football. That's Welsh boys. We got smashed up by England and then we lost to Belgium as well. So it was a bad week for us anyway.
Fucking hell.
As Ross just says here, always long after a defeat. It is. Do you know what? So what we've done this week, well, but look, before I do that, if you haven't already, smash a like and subscribe. Make sure you follow the boys on Twitter. Their names are in the tweets and also in the bio of the video. Mo, I want to get your thoughts then. I want to take you back to the shitness that week, the 3 defeats. I think it's an eye-opener. But I think, do you know what, Mo? I don't think winning all the time does you good. You need to have a little slippery slope, come against the adversity. And that's how you learn as a team, isn't it? You know, the winners also put us on our toes a bit. The defeats have really made us liven up, I think. I think the break came at the right time. I don't know if you agree. For the fans, the manager and the players. But this now is, we've got to sort our heads out, haven't we? That wasn't good enough just before the international break.
Yeah, like when we lost against Palace, I was like, okay, look, let's break it down game by game. For example, Palace, it was a last-minute goal, which we've been doing to teams, throughout the season. So I thought, okay, maybe that's just an isolated incident. No problems, move on. Then we lost to Gala. We should have beaten Gala. They're not a good team at all, and I think we got caught in the emotion, in the atmosphere, rather than playing the actual game. We lowered ourselves to their standards a little bit, And then I thought, okay, bounce back ability, great word. Let's see if we can bounce back against Chelsea. But yeah, again, last minute goal. If you take the 2 Prem games in isolation, it was 2 last minute goals. So we could have got away with 2 points. And would we have been that upset now? It's just a fact. I think we've lost last minute goals and we've had a taste of our own medicine a little bit. And we've had to wait 2 weeks simmering away just to try and, get that bounce back now. So I think, like I agree with you. We were right to be humbled because, every now and then you need to be brought back down a peg or 2. And maybe these results have done that and made them realize, okay, we're not going to walk this league. Yeah, we're going to have to work hard for this league. And hopefully Slot's learned not to tinker too much a little bit. He's tried experimenting. Maybe just go, like for example, Kirkes marauding up and down for Hungary, putting in amazing crosses. And then for us, he inverts. I just think you've bought this kind of left back to do what he does best and unleash them, And that's I'm probably chatting too much now, but that's
no. Crack on.
I want to come to you actually on this one. Do you know what Moses brought him up there? It's something I was thinking about because we've just had a little chat before we came on. And do you know what? We all want to see Kirkes bombing up the pitch, but you mentioned it, didn't you? He's playing exactly how Slot had Robbo playing last year. Robbo dropped into that 3. So we're still kind of playing the same system from last year, aren't we? The midfield structure's changed, hasn't it?
Yeah, that's what's changed. That's what I can see anyway. I think last season the back 4 was like that. Robertson would tuck in for a free, and it took away Robertson's attacking threat of last season as well. But the main thing for me, what's changed is how he's worked Gravenberch. That's the main one. It's Gravenberch had one like best season. Everyone was so surprised with him because he just sat there. He just sat in a 6. And he just broke things up. He had all these great stats of interceptions and all that type of stuff. And it's changed. What I can see anyway, it's completely changed. He's getting further forward. both centre mids are getting further forward, going past the number 10s at times. And a bit like, fucking hell, what's going on here? Just maybe like what Mo's just said, just draw it back a little bit and just let's just go back to last season of the formation. I don't agree with like personnel wise that we should go back to last season because we were all crying out for a left back and a number 10.
We were crying out for a few things,
and we were. But going back to the tactics, I think that's what he needs to do. That's it. Just go back to that, please. Because I just want to see McAllister and Gravenberch or whoever with Gravenberch sit there and let the number 10 do what he's meant to do. That's all I want to see.
Yeah. But look, do you know what? We'll get into it. So obviously, Mo, I don't know if you caught us yesterday. I think you were in the comments at one point. I can't fucking remember. My head's frazzled. But yesterday we spoke about the defensive side of it. Tonight, we're going to talk about the forward side of it. Because obviously, predominantly, a lot of our forwards, the new ones have come in, are very exciting. As we know, we've bought two top draw number 9s. One in particular is very known of his quality. As you know, he's caused a massive uproar. Apparently, he's got the manager sacked at Sweden, which is a load of bollocks. But another one, Mo, I'm going to talk about Julian Lescott, as we've just been talking about. That dickhead elephant man, as he was known back in the day, piping up saying Liverpool would happily want their money back at the end of the season due to Florian Wirtz. Mo, it's getting out of hand now, and it's fake chatter shite, isn't it? That's a load of bollocks. I think a lot of the things, it's not just Florian, but it's over-exaggerated, some of the shit that's coming out from some of these ex-pundits, ex-players, isn't it?
Oh, I just can't believe like this Klingon gets paid for talking like Julian Lescott. Like, I mean, just chat shit like, and it is so over exaggerated, and it's all so clickbait as well now. And it's almost like half of Germany are defending him, like people like Klopp and other people, like you don't know this kid, like, you know. And then you got all the clickbaiters saying, no, he's rubbish, 007, 008, all this nonsense, which is a bullshit stat anyway, because he got an assist in the Community Shield. So, you know what I mean? It's just, I said to you earlier, anyone who knows football, and I'm not saying I'm Klopp or anything like that, but I've been watching football since '86, like, you know. You can see a baller, you know, you know there's a player there, like, you know, and no matter what excuse anybody makes, like moving country, you know, moving environments, moving languages, everything, like it all takes time, you know. And this is what I always say to people. This is probably the difference between world class and class. World class, you could probably go to any country and hit the ground running straight away. And that's what probably makes you world class. Like, class, and it probably gets branded around way too easy. I think Wirtz is probably class, has the potential to be world class.
That's the exciting part, Mo, isn't it? It's the progression, what he's going to go through.
100%. And I can't wait for everybody to eat a humble pie when he starts clicking. And he's been so unlucky, you know. It's so even for this international games, like to some of the assists or chances he's laid on for people, and it's just not finishing it. Like it's just that's not his fault. He's creating chances, and some of the chances he's had, keepers have made worldly saves or defenders have been in the right places to make blocks. It's just not getting a luck of the green at the moment. But when it does happen, God, there's some exciting times ahead. I'll tell you that.
I'll tell you what, one thing he has a big credit for, Adam, is the fact that he's took the gamble to leave Germany at such a young age. He seems like he's a very family-orientated guy, and a few of the clips that I've seen, you know, you hear things from Frimpong saying that he's very humble, and it's kind of the feeling I get from listening to him. And he's not let his head drop, and that tells me he knows the form's coming. You've seen it, Adam. We go to games, Mo goes to games. You see these touches. That fucking touch when Szoboszlai pinged it over the top against Arsenal, like a fucking Trent Gerrard pass. It's just one touch from fucking miles out. And you go, not every player can do that. I'm not asked. He's quality. And for me, I think it's massively over-exaggerated. He should be on a few assists at Liverpool. Never mind just in the internationals, you know what I mean? Salah's had one in the Champions League that he hit the post, wasn't it? And then there's been a couple of others. The Chelsea, imagine that. Went in. That fucking flick.
The flip.
You know, I'm so excited, lad. I still pinch myself to think that we've got the likes of Wirtz, Ekitike, Isak. Fucking hell, lad. Imagine I would have told you boys at the end of last season, they're three of the players that Liverpool are going to sign. You'd have probably pissed yourselves live on the street. Rather, it's going to click for them soon, isn't it?
Yeah, it will click. Like you say, you can see little signs, and there's more than just signs as well. Like I honestly don't know what people expected as well. Like if you really thought a 22-year-old lad coming from a different country is going to start, I don't know, if he's got 8 assists and 6 goals in the first 10 games, that is never going to happen. It was never going to happen, especially being a number 10 as well. He's got to get used to it. A lot of the speed of the Premier League is
one of the difficult positions, Adam, isn't it?
Yeah,
of
different when like a forward comes. If a forward comes in, well, at the end of the day, it's just the goals are the same, aren't they? So, but it's different for the number 10. It's a hard position in general, a number 10. So you've got to give him time. And like I say, I think one of the main things that Slot needs to do now is just keep playing him, because he needs to start getting partnerships with Isak, partnerships with Ekitike and Salah as well. So I just want to see more and more of him, and I hope he starts on Sunday.
Yeah, Ross is saying here, do you know what, to mention what Andy said, go back to this as well. He said if everyone was fit up top, Waite would have already hit double digits in assists. I massively agree.
Yeah, at least 4 or 5, easily. 4 or 5.
Easy. Yeah. He's just been unlucky with other people, fucking letting him down a bit. Ross is saying, you know what's the most telling sign which people are ignoring? Everyone is playing bad, not just Waite. Once we all start clicking, he will click too. And well, good players, in particular. I think, when I look at it, mate, I think some of the older players in our team have been poor, and it's not really helped the new lads. I want to bring up a player in particular who's just come off the back of getting his country to the World Cup, Mo Salah. Now, Mo dog walks Man United every fucking season, as we know. Do you know what I mean? He loves it, fucking playing them every fucking year. Scores bundles of goals past them. Now Mo needs to turn up to the party, doesn't he, for Liverpool? Because if anyone is going to get the best out of the new lads to let them settle in, Salah could put things on the plate for them. Me and Adam were talking before. We haven't really seen him do the outside, the pass fucking stuff, and he looks a bit frustrated. I know he's been emotional, obviously with the Jota thing. Rest in peace to him, which is devastating for the club. But I think there's no better game for Mo coming up to get his rhythm back. He's had a great tournament with the Egypt stuff, but he hasn't been great this season. He's had 1 penalty and 1 open play goal, and 7 games have been, Mo. That's not good enough for Salah, is it? Because he's not really running around the pitch as much either.
No, well, Salah's a very. You could talk a whole hour on Salah. You really can.
Yeah, you can.
There's a couple of things I want to point out. Is first of all, great game. I agree to come back, but Man United, he dog walks him like you said. Also, great what's happened to him this week with Egypt. It was actually nice to see him celebrating with a genuine smile on his face with his countrymen and he has an
favour that Mo, won't it? Getting out
of
there.
Exactly. He probably needed that, like from that, from everything that's happened with Jota. And I seen the pictures and the videos. I thought, you know what? I was quite happy for him. Like it was a genuine smile on his face, and I was thinking, okay, maybe he comes back with a rejuvenating himself. As for 7 games, not the impact what we're used to. We've been spoiled and we've been a bit greedy here. We've had 8 years of greatness, and last year was.
We want the extra few more, don't we?
No, but yeah, but we have to be real here, We've lost one of his main suppliers in Trent. He used to give him the outball all the time, Trent used to get Mo going all the time. We haven't got that outlet, and Virg used to do those diags all the time, which he's stopped doing because it seems like Ibu is responsible for building a play now on the back. So a couple of things have changed tactically, which hasn't helped Mo's game. But I do agree in saying that, now Mo has to turn up now. He has to start making it. For me, the most frustrating thing for Mo, and this is a big criticism on him, is I think he still thinks he's the main man, and unfortunately he's not. He's not anymore.
That's the main problem.
We've got Isak and Wirtz now and Ekitike. And there's been so many occasions I've seen where the ball's come out wide, runners have gone on brilliant runs where Mo could have put a ball in, but he's cut inside and hoofed it over the bar like a Gakpo style. He's probably. I don't want him to catch Gakpo-itis, He needs to start. He needs to start understanding that his role in the team a little bit. I know it sounds a bit harsh because he's the king and we love him, but we are planning for life after Mo, and this is it. You know, and these players are it. Like, he has to understand and become more of a team player, if that makes sense.
Look, do you know what? It's true. It's, I said that on the shows we've done recently on here, and I said it on the Anfield Index. It's we're moving into, well, Slot's trying to, find life after Mo, Adam. And as I say, there's a reason why they bought, in particular, them three players. Monsters on the pitch, as we know. Ekitike is obviously building into it. But we know Isak, look at the reputation of where it's been the best player in the Bundesliga for the last 2 years. You see the route we're trying to go. Because I think it's impossible to fucking sign a winger who's going to get anywhere near the numbers Salah gets. What was it last year? 46 goals or 46 goals in the season? Messi fucking levels, and you're not going to do it. But look, I just want to, a few comments here. It says, Andy saying, I think Mo's struggling mentally at the start of the season. I think he's coming to a realisation that this could be his last season. Adam, I massively agree with that.
Yeah, said sort of the similar things you did now before. Of it could be the fact that the left back's keeping up with him now. He can't get past the left back enough now. Yeah. Is he starting to get in his head that, like, oh wait there, I am slowing down here, or I can't go past that player that I used to. It does look a little bit like that he's sort of in his own head. And what I don't like, what Mo sort of said before, of like, he's getting that little bit of that Cristiano Ronaldo ego, like, of like, all these new players have come in and they're all got big names, have just broke the record and all that type of stuff, and he's a bit like, no, I'm Mo Salah, so I do this, I do that, and when you're doing that, he's forcing everything, and then it's just like he looks shite, he looks absolutely, and so we're talking about there, it's like, what he's just like looking at Salah like, I've got to pass to Salah because it's Mo Salah, and you're a bit like, it's not working. Someone's got to dress him down and be like, no, Salah, this is the team now. We've got Isak there, we've got Wirtz there. We need you just to basically do what he was doing sort of last season with the assist. He got so many assists last season, but like you said, Ben, he's not even trying any of them nice passes he did, and it's really poor. And I think there was a stat, isn't it, how many touches he's had this season is the worst he's ever had in 9 seasons. And you're like, that's not a good sign. Like, that's not a good sign.
Yeah, I understand he's very emotional this year, as we all are. Do you know what I mean? We know he's a moment's player now, Salah, isn't he? I don't think you're going to see him running from the fucking edge of our own goal, fucking up the pitch and scoring goals. Like, I think he really should be fucking working with the new lads as more often than not, because they should be creating so many chances. Mark's saying here, shout out to Mark, hopefully he's back on here soon with us. Regarding Salah, he's starting to do it all himself when he can't seem to, except he's no longer the future, unfortunately. Exactly what you've just said.
Yeah,
a few comments here about flow. Yeah, this one here, Nick. All these pundits coming in Wirtz and Isak's pathetic. And then MK saying grief defo affects him, but his form's dropped massively around February, so it must be more the grief system. New relationships on the pitch. The king might age as well. And look, regardless, he may go to the gym all the fucking time, but his age doesn't come down. But I'm confident he's going to pick something back up. He has to, Mo, there's too many good players in this team. But another player I want to talk about, because as I say, this show's the forward one. And I'm going to get into the main question shortly, as the title is, with the Isak and Ekitike. I am Ekitike. Keep getting the fucking name wrong. I will come into them too in a minute about Slot's decisions. But Cody Gakpo, Mo. We know what I think Cody's a great player for Liverpool. I think he's one like Salah. I'm one of the main man now. Diaz not there. And I think he's fucking pissing about with it too much. Because I feel like on both wings, they're not releasing the ball quick enough to the new players. You mentioned just off here before with Kirkes and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? And he's got the same, just fucking cutting in and swatting it over the bar.
Totally agree. I think the biggest problem with Gakpo, I agree with you. He's a good player, but there's no competition for him now. Yes, we got Rio, but he's not going to play Rio 15 games a season, 20 games a season, the same amount of game time that Diaz had when they rotated Diaz and Gakpo. So Gakpo knows he's going to start majority of the games this season. So he's not, and there's no, if no one's driving you for your position, you're going to, I think, naturally drop in, what you give by 10%, and so many times I've seen Kirkers make that overlap and run and he doesn't get the ball, if I was Kirkers, I'd stop doing it. I'd be like, I might as well save my energy. Like, you mean, I'm not going to get the ball. What do you mean? So but then he turns it for Holland, doesn't he? And he smashes it in. Like, so he's an enigma, Gakpo is, you just don't know what to do with him. Like, one minute you're thinking, oh God, stop cutting inside. The next minute he just scores bangers. Like, so he just needs to pick up that little bit of form. I always thought Gakpo was a rhythm player. Give him 4 or 5 games in a row and he'll start banging them in. But he's had these 7 games in a row now, but he hasn't really picked up the rhythm yet. He's sort of regressed a little bit, which is a bit strange, And I think him cutting inside as well also takes out the space that Wirtz occupies. So they need to work that out from a system perspective, like, when to cut inside, when to give the ball. But I think he'd actually start on Sunday, to be honest. I know we're going to get into that in a minute, but I think I think Slot will start with him.
Yeah, like Andy said here, he is predictable, Cozy. But like Moses said, when he cuts inside at times, he's one of the best in front of goal, really, especially on the edge of the box. He's got a cracking shot. He probably is one of the best strikers of the ball in the club, to be honest. But I mean, where my frustration comes out with Cody is he tries it too often than not. And some of these fucking defenders aren't stupid in the Premier League. And we've spoke time and time again. They're still top players. They fucking know what he's going to do, don't they? He should be knocking it round a bit better. And I think when they're not knocking it round a bit better, it lets players like Wirtz and shit down, doesn't it? And certainly them number 9s, they're not getting enough.
No, they're not getting. That's it. He's stifling, isn't he? Like the number 9, really, because he just keeps coming inside, and it's getting all congested. Then, isn't it? What was that then? Slap him in the face.
And he needs slap in the face when made me laugh.
Okay, now
that's a proper comment.
I can tell that, Andy. Okay, now.
Yeah.
But yeah, Cody's one of them. I've got to say, really, I wasn't too fussed that Diaz was going on the summit because I thought Gakpo done just as good as him last season. So I was a bit like Mo, where he was like, I was a bit like, I think if he played every game, he'd get maybe 15 goals for us or something like that. That's what I was thinking. But he has become too predictable. And it's being too predictable, and when defenders know what you're going to do, but you're so good at it that you can do it over and over again. But at the minute, he's just running into players. And it's just like what he said before, Mo, like, well, Kirkers not getting the ball enough on the overlap. And that's frustrating as well. So there's a lot of things in the minute with Gakpo that he is frustrating. But then I go back to the Chelsea game I was saying in the group while everyone was having a big moan, he created 2 of the chances in the first half against Chelsea, and then he scored as well in the second half. And you're a bit like, everyone's giving him loads, but he did more than Salah, he did more than Isak, he did more than all the others. He still created chances, and that's the thing with him. He's just, you don't know if to drop him or not, because he is a bit of a like chance maker or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, I just want to shout out. I'm guessing this is David who left a comment on our post from yesterday's show.
That's a belter comment.
Yeah, belter post that, mate. I really appreciate that, and hopefully we see you more often than not in the comments, mate. So thanks very much for that. Andy saying here, Rio will be first team very soon. We need unpredictability. I do. The problem that I've got is when Liverpool are under the cosh, I just don't see him using the kids much more. Do you? I think Arne Slot is like that. And I want to see Rio play. I think there's a few good games coming up for him now. May not feature on the weekends, but there's certainly a game afterwards that he should be featuring. And then, what's your thoughts with Rio?
We all know he's an amazing talent.
Top talent, yeah.
Top talent. And I think Arne has shown in this first year in Liverpool that he picks players based on who he can trust. And maybe he doesn't trust Rio yet.
Just doesn't know him yet. He's still a young lad, isn't he?
Yeah. And there's not enough sample size to judge him over in Premier League football either, whether he tracks back enough and does the defensive duties well enough. Yes, we know what he can do from an attacking perspective.
Fucking amazing. Look at that goal at Newcastle for the kid.
He literally gets bums off seats, and we haven't had,
Diaz was the last one, really, wasn't he?
Really, it truly was. But I like the fact that he's fearless. He just takes his first thought is moving that ball forward. And that's one of the things we're missing. What Diaz did really well, he carried the ball up the pitch for us.
Yeah,
And took pressure off the defense. Rio can do that for us, probably better than what Gakpo can, to be honest.
100%. Lads, you don't know which way he's going to go.
But I think Gakpo gets a nod ahead of him most times at the time, not mostly because of the experience, obviously, the age and the ability to know the game more, probably, and the system more. Mind you, I question Gakpo's defensive qualities, but Arne probably still picks him over that. But like you said, there's some good games coming up. I don't expect them to start these games, but I do expect them to see the 20-minute, 30-minute cameo appearances once, we're 2-3-0 up, but hopefully, And that's, look, if we perform better this season, like we should be expecting, like go 2-3 up, 60 minutes, we'll see more of him, but we're not performing to that level yet. When we get to that level and we're putting teams to bed, we'll see a lot more of Rio and the youngsters.
I think he will open the door for more goals as well, Mo. I 100%. Think he's like, mate, I was at the St. James's Park, right? And he came on for Gakpo. And straight up, within 2 minutes, he started running at the fullback.
Yeah, took a player on first.
You knew he was going to bring something to the table. And what you just said there is fucking absolutely spot on. I know people were up and down with Diaz, of course. I think last year he also done us a massive favour going down the middle because we'd have been fucked without him. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But also, what Diaz brought is tenacity, getting you off your seat. You knew something was going to happen with Diaz. He had that Suarez little thing, didn't he, where he would just go on a fucking mad run. Adam, I know, because, when we've been in the lower main, a few times you're behind me and shit, you know what I mean? Yeah. You see him coming, used to see him coming down that side. Gakpo doesn't, but Rio will, Adam.
Yeah, I don't mind giving him a go, to be fair. I think, but it's got to be home games for me.
Yeah, you want to let the crowd get him fucking hyped up.
Yeah, that's the one thing I'd say. Like, if he came on up 20 minutes to go on Sunday, that wouldn't bother me at all. I think he's got something about him, and I think we're just waiting to see how good he is in the cup games as well. I think they're the games he's going to test him. What Mo was saying there, he's going to test him in them games and see if he's got a bit of defensive work in him or decision making or whatever. So I think we might have to hang fire on until maybe after Christmas and see what's what.
I do agree. I think the cup games are going to be a big thing for him. See what some of the comments say there. David saying we have to be fully focused against United and show some intensity. Bates must play behind Isak, Dom Jones, Grav in midfield. Maka probably jet lagged. It's the thing, you played Jesty Border, didn't he? Is saying we lack progressive direct players. Rio can provide a lot. Andy's saying, I love Andy's comments because he cracks me up. When I see them, I fucking have to hold back because I keep pissing myself. Gakpo fucking balls the fuck out of me.
I'm going to say to Andy, try and go the whole show about swearing in a comment. Go on, try your best.
Wait till he's on the show. Fucking hell, it's like a drinking game and he swears we'd be pissed the fuck. But I'm the same. I can't say anything, can I? Right, let's get into it. Mo, the big question is what everyone keeps talking about, me in particular, is I think he's got to get his best players on the pitch, and in particular this big game on the weekend. Man United, I just think, I know Wirtz. I think Wirtz will start anyway. I don't think the manager's going to let him down this weekend. Bollocks at him. I just think the manager has got to find a way of getting Ekitike next to Isak, and if he does, Man United are in for a long night, Mo, aren't they?
100%. And I think the best way, and people won't like this, is Hugo on the left, Isak up top, and Wirtz in a 10. He's done it a couple of times, this, not starting games, but we've seen it, last 20 minutes of the games a couple of times, and that probably is the best way to get them all in. Will he do it this weekend against Man United? I don't think he will. And reason being is the Sweden minutes that Isak has clocked up. I just don't think Isak will start on Sunday. I think he'll start with Hugo because of those minutes, Isak. But yeah, I agree with you. You've signed Hugo. You've signed Isak for a reason. They're the future. So let's play them.
Yeah, that's where we're going now. Do you know what these like?
So let's play them. The quicker we can get them gelling, even if we write off this season, which we're not, okay? But even if they play the rest of the season and we write it off, it's still a season that they play together. Next season they'll gel even quicker. So the quicker you get these players that you want to play for your team playing, the better for Liverpool Football Club.
Yeah. Adam, you spoke about it before. Ekitike in the French team. He said he played a bit like a number 10, and I wouldn't be against that. I know. Yesterday on the Anfield Index show, I said to Grizz, I said, his problem with Ekitike playing on the left hand side is because he wants to seem a bit more central. But you could throw Wirtz a bit out on the left, not to be a left winger, but just to float. You could have Isak and Ekitike one behind each other. It's not like he's naturally going to play the number 10, but they'd be central then together, wouldn't he? So it would be a bit like a 4-2-2-2 fucking thing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I just think that I'm not having it that not what you're saying, but I'm not having it that one has to go on the bench. Fucking get the pair of them on. They're two top players. One in particular, right? This is the one thing that Arne's got to get to grips with. I think you mentioned it to me before, Adam. I don't think the club expected Ekitike to hit the ground as fucking quick as he did.
No.
And it's caused an issue because, make no mistake about it, Isak is the main number 9, and I'm sticking. And I'm not discrediting Ekitike whatsoever. But I know if every top team in Europe at the pick of the bunch did take Isak off Liverpool like that, do you know what I mean? They know what he is. He's an absolute demon down the middle, and it's a fucking. I still can't believe we've got him. They both have to play though, Adam. You've got to get your best players on the pitch, haven't you?
Yeah, that's it. It's like what I said, mate. It's just I don't think they expected them to start so well, and then I don't think they expected maybe Gakpo to be as poor as he's been. Yeah. So then fans are screaming out for him now to play, and if it's a left winger or not, we don't know if it's going to work, but we need to try it because, as you say, it's not really a left winger. If he can play a little bit central, it's like inside forward. They call it. Coutinho was never like a left winger. He was more central. Yeah, as long as when we're defending, he gets back into position. I reckon it can work. I generally do think it can work. And I said to you before as well, like we did see it for like maybe 5 or 10 minutes against Galatasaray, and Wirtz made that goal. Well, made that chance for Isak, and then obviously Ekitike went off injured. So maybe Slot is thinking that he's going to get them in. He's got to get them in because it's hard to put a player on the bench who's playing really well. And I think Ekitike has been great.
It is. Andy was mentioning about Hugo as well. It's, as I say, everyone just worries about like the jumping across leagues, and it's understandable. But he surprised me, Ekitike, Mo. He really has. And I think he's like an Elka/Firmino because he can link up the play and he's got that killer instinct about him. And, I don't think anyone in the front line's safe, to be fair, with these forwards that have come in, mate, because for me, they get in my team straight away. Do you know what I mean? And this is where, you mentioned it before, that this is the route Liverpool are going, mate. If these click, especially there's no way they wouldn't be playing well on Sunday, in my opinion, Mo. And I just think Man United would fucking shit themselves if they were fucking going against that back 3, back 4, however you want to say it. Because they're shite.
And what a game to click for against as well, isn't it? Imagine if they click on Sunday.
Would come off, wouldn't it?
Mate, another 7 would be amazing, like, and all words, Hugo, Isak, all getting goals and assists. I mean, what a way to shut everyone up, like. And I pray for the football gods for that to be delivered, like, But yeah, Hugo, you're right. He surprised everyone. I think from the Charity Shield, I was like, wow, we've got somebody here, And I don't want to throw shade at Nunes. I'm one of Nunes' biggest fans. I was actually quite gutted when he left, to be honest. But that Charity Shield chance, Nunes ain't scoring that.
No.
So that's the way I put it.
Scoring the chance that Isak scores against Southampton either.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's the
difference. That's the difference in finishing quality, isn't it? But now we just need to get those chances to these players. We, as a team, compared to last year, mainly because of Trent as well.
Yeah.
We cut down the amount of crosses we get in the box. We don't cross balls into the box, which tells me we're changing our way of play. We're trying to go for the middle a lot,
Yeah.
But we still need to start making chances for these boys. But when they do get those chances, we got finishes there, both of them. It's just how we can. The conundrum is how we get them all in the team together. Do you sacrifice Mo to get them in together and play 2 up front, 4-4-2? Do we go back old school? What do we do? But that's a problem for Slot to figure out. And he wouldn't have signed these players without having a solution. That's in my opinion. Like, so he must be thinking something. So only time will tell. I hope it does click Sunday. I really do.
Yeah.
I do like what Andy's saying here. He's got that Henry aura about him, and we know Isak is similar. We already know that. We know what he's done.
The Anelka shout was good. The Anelka Firmino one, I like that. That's a good hybrid.
It's the way he moves around the pitch, and
definitely.
He's very, very similar of that type of player, isn't he? He's a mould of like them too. I think his link-up play. Adam, the one thing that people need to understand is, we spoke about this privately. People think Ekitike is just a number 9. He's more than just a number 9.
He's more than number 9. He's like a complete forward. He can play on the left. He can play on the right. He can play in the 10. Yeah. He's got a bit of everything. And that's where I'm a bit like, come on, Slot. Let's fucking get.
I think he's prepared to be just told to do whatever he wants.
Yeah. That's why I think it can work. I honestly do feel like it can work. I was saying, like, play them for an hour. I was saying, play Vert, Hugo, fucking Isak and Salah for an hour on a Sunday, and then you bring your subs on, like your Gakpos.
Would you play Hugo on the left then?
Yeah, I'd play him from the left, as you say.
Yeah. But it would get everybody so excited, Mo, wouldn't it?
100%.
I think if they were all on the pitch, imagine United's team when they see the lineup. They were like, fucking hell.
They fucking shit themselves, lads.
They'll be thinking, for one, these are coming at us straight away. Away. And I think that's what Liverpool have got to do on Sunday as well. We've got to put them under the cosh straight away.
But then you've also got Gakpo, Chiesa and Rio on the bench, which is a strong bench for an attacking perspective.
This is a strong bench, Mo, isn't it?
They've got to fucking step up.
Yeah. So go at it for a good hour with them attacking players. And then you bring on your Gakpos, your Chiesa when Isak gets a bit tired. Then you bring on your Soboslais and your McAllisters or whatever, or your Jones. I think it's quite simple. I generally do think it's quite simple. I think Slot's maybe complicating it a bit too much at the minute. And that's a big problem. You know? I
massively agree with Adam. I think the manager has complicated it a notch, Mo. I think one thing's for sure is, do you know what I think it is, Mo? I think when you bring so many in, it may not all be the players that he just said he was getting. It's a collective with Liverpool. Edward Janews probably wants to make a big statement. This summer, he fucking certainly did. Unbelievable. I know we missed out on the defenders, but we won't go into that today. He's probably trying to just give players chance minutes just to fucking keep them in there. Do you know what I mean? And that's where it's come away from his thing, because he was very stable last year, the manager, wasn't he?
100%. Obviously, it was someone else's team, you know. So he wanted to. We were all baffled. Why didn't we sign anyone, you know, when Slot came? But I guess the proof was in the pudding. He wanted to check out what he had and work from there. And he happened to win the league from what he had. And now he's obviously added his players. He wants to play his style of football.
Yeah,
that's not going to happen overnight. You know, you've taken 4 or 5 key components out of the team, and especially, you know, a generational right back who created a lot of chances for us. You know, and you know, his idea won't happen overnight. There's new patterns in play, new understanding of players, that, you know, what a player does, and everything has to take into consideration, and it takes time. Like, we've seen glimpses of it, you know, that especially the Rio goal against Newcastle, the build-up play, you know, every player had a touch on the ball.
That's one of the best goals you'll see. That.
Yeah, exactly, and that's just a glimpse of what we can do with his vision. Like, it just needs to. It'll happen. I mean, I know we keep repeating ourselves like a broken record, but when it does click, like, it's going to be scary, because we've seen it. We've seen glimpses of it. We just haven't seen it sustained enough of it, you know. 60, 70 minutes of it sustained, and then last 20 make subs, take his foot off the pedal a little bit, you know. We just haven't seen that kind of game management. And yes, you are right. Slot is probably overthinking it. He's over-pepping it a little bit, you know. Trying to play Kirkes as an inverted centre back, you know, and things like this. It just doesn't make sense. I know there's probably some method to his madness, but from fans looking in, we're not managers, but, you know, we all have an opinion, and we're all rightly so. But it just doesn't make sense what he's doing. But I hope he eradicates that on the weekend, and not goes back to what he did last year. What he said at the beginning of, you know. Just pretend he's got last year's players. Just go back to that tactic.
Just say to the players, you do exactly what they did.
See that game, copy that.
Yeah. Enjoy. See you later.
If you don't win, fuck off.
Yeah, fucking do you want.
Sunday's game, United are going to be up for it as well. even though all the fans have got some chest all of a sudden. They only beat Sunderland. And I'm really confused about it, like, you know. But I'm getting pelted in my group. Oh, we're going to batter you. We're going
to. I've got a few United mates. And they're confident.
So they're proper confident because.
What are you gaining confidence fucking from?
Yeah, if you're United players,
we're supposedly shit now. So. That's how it is.
Yeah, exactly. If you're United players and you're playing Liverpool that's lost 3 in a row, then probably you are thinking, oh, we can have a goal. You know?
That's the chance. The same.
And that will probably help us, you know, because if they're going to come at us, we can pick them off because their defensive midfielders and centre backs are not as strong as other teams that we face.
Slow as well, Mo.
Yeah, like imagine Isak, Ekitike, and Wirtz going at Maguire.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And then Salah going at Luke Shaw, who's got like fucking hell, one hamstring. Like we should be just attack at them, and we'll slaughter them. We'll slaughter them if it clicks. If it clicks, obviously.
I want us to see us take a few more shots as well, and not try and score a perfect goal.
I think we've done that quite a lot, haven't we?
Yeah, just one extra pass too much, like, and an opportunity to shoot. You haven't taken an opportunity to shoot. Shoot, man! You shoot in training, you know, for 25 yards.
Too much.
Yeah. I think that's one criticism. I'd say Wirtz has took too many touches around the box. I think at times.
He needs to just fucking smash it. Do you know what
I mean?
Pull the trigger, yeah.
Out your feet, bang.
He's got a great shot. He's shooting on these free kicks and shit. I'd like to see him on the free kicks around the edge of the box as well.
Yeah, Mo should be nowhere near free kicks now.
He nearly put one through the fucking chip.
I'm sorry, king and all, but if Dom on Wirtz on the pitch, there's nobody else should be taking free kicks.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, Dom for the further out ones because he's got
further out. Yeah.
But I tell you what, Florian's technique and shit. You know what I mean? Like knuckleballs and stuff.
Yeah, knuckleball. They won the other day, didn't he?
Yeah.
I just think, right, no one we're talking about it now. I know we were doom and fucking gloom the other day. I was as well.
We're all happy now.
Yeah, we're fucking made up. And I made what you boys just said there. Let's hope them fucking silly mank bastards don't go anywhere after the weekend because I think Liverpool are going to batter them. Personally, I think that a reaction's needed. You can't have too many good players, Adam. But one thing I want to mention, and I want you both to get involved on this before we move into something else. We talked about it, right? I think one of our biggest problems is you've just mentioned it there, Mo. Take a shot and stuff like that.
Yeah,
we're not creating enough. You know, remember when Nunes was there, for instance? We always used to say, "Fucking hell, how many chances? Imagine we had such and such striker." Well, we need to get back to fucking doing that. Do you know what I mean? And you know, it starts with the midfield getting the ball quicker off the centre halves. Adam, you mentioned it.
Yeah.
You can understand why Liverpool have been looking for ball playing defenders. You know, they're going a different route now. Like Schlotterbeck's been linked, Mark Gay, obviously, of course. But ultimately, you know, I looked at the stats. Liverpool are getting beat in the stats for goals conceded and goals scored by Arsenal. Arsenal have scored one more than Liverpool, and Liverpool have conceded 3 times as many. They've got to get back to scoring goals, Adam, because let's be honest, we've got the better firepower.
Yeah. Do you know what other thing I wanted to mention as well? Because it's attack and show. One of the things that we should be talking about as well is like Frimpong or Bradley. I think Frimpong's more attacking, so he should be. I think I want him behind Salah because I think that's another thing about Salah as well, that he's playing with a different right back every day, every week. He doesn't know what's what. So when you've just been saying about crosses and stuff, I think, all right, if you want to do that inverted centre half thing, I don't agree with it. But if you're going to just carry on with that, we need Frimpong then to do the overlaps. Because then we create more crosses then. And that's when Isak gets his little tap-ins or whatever like that. Because I agree, we haven't had any like chances like that. Really.
We haven't really let them fucking go one-on-one with the keeper yet.
No, we haven't. We had no chances like that, so I do agree with that. So maybe that's something to look at as well, that let's maybe just get that Frimpong in and play him and make him fucking underlap, do whatever he wants to go forward. Because that's what we do with Trent. We just basically said, you just get forward and just don't defend. So
just fucking go down the line.
Yeah. What's that? We should score 5 against Chelsea. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, we did. We fucking should have. Do you know what I mean? Mo, do you know what I mentioned there? We haven't really I think Arsenal have had the same sort of problem. They've not really put... I know we're getting all this fucking slander with regards to the attacking players that we brought in. Gyökeres hasn't really had it, although his form's fucking picked up, hasn't it? As in, he's getting worse, for instance, and people have started to notice it. But like our forwards, Arsenal also haven't put him like fucking one-on-one, so no one really knows what he's like in front of goal. The one time we've really had the one-on-one, Ekitike bags it against Everton. Do you know what I mean? Where he's through on goal. Lads, we've got too much firepower to not fucking give these boys the service, and that's what's been pissing me off. I know me and you've had private chats, Mo, about it, but a player in particular I want to discuss, who I think has got a massive part to play in the next few games. Federico Chiesa. Like we've just said there, we named the player. Don't you start talking?
Okay, then, here we go.
Here we go! Fucking come in! For a player that, for instance, will give you it all coming off the bench, for instance. He's not going to start. I think we know that he's not going to be starting on the weekend. But he's got a big part to play, and he's going forward Chiesa off the bench, for instance.
100%. He's developed into our modern day Origi. Does that make sense? He's our Origi.
Minamino, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah. And I think we all wish that Slot had a bit more faith in him, you know. Obviously, we don't know what happens behind the scenes, but we don't know how, if he's made of glass or whatever, like, you know. But it felt like he's improved his injury. Like, it's just, you know, I felt like that anyway. I feel like when he comes on, he looks a bit more quicker, closes down. And that attitude passes on through the team. If they see someone coming on and chasing and harrying, it goes through the team then, you know. And I think Chiesa is a brilliant person for that, you know. Bring on. I think you'll see a big impact he'll play in the next few games, whether we're chasing a game or even whether we're winning. When he comes on, there's going to be a shift of attitude change from the fans, especially because we'll be singing his song, and from what he does as well. He kind of sparks the team a little bit, in my opinion, when he does come on.
Plays off the crowd as well, him as well, Mo.
Yeah. And that filters through the whole stage and through the team. It really does. So I think he's an important player for many reasons, and I hope we do see a lot of him because he's proven when he does come on, he's scored some vital goals for us, you know, and we need that, and we might need that in the next few weeks as well.
Yeah. Well, the big sign as well, Ben. I was going to say about Chiesa. He was on the bench the other day against Chelsea, and Rio wasn't. So there's the start of maybe, hopefully, he started to trust Chiesa a bit more because he was putting Rio on the bench, wasn't he, at the start of the season? So that could be the start of maybe, all right, I know he didn't bring him on, and we can let's not go there because Ben loses his head over Endo. But
I like Endo. That stuff just fucked me up.
But anyway, he was on the bench, so hopefully, as you say, he can start trusting him to come off the bench a bit more or whatever.
I love Endo as well, but that's Seb for Chelsea. Lost it.
I know.
If there was a player, you know, in that sort of game, you don't bring a number 6 on, for instance, when you're going to try. That we could have won that game easy, Mo, at the end.
We should have. Yeah, well. I pinned that one on Slot. We'll pin that one on Slot. You know, he's allowed to get pinned on one. So
no, he got that one wrong. He got that one wrong, definitely. 100%.
Yeah. As I say, you're going to get things wrong. And I expect he'll probably get more wrong this year than last year because obviously he's got more newer players. You know, you're already the defending champions. You've got your big target on your back. You know, it's going to be tougher this year. And this is what you get paid.
He was also perfect last season. You know?
Yeah.
Everyone was perfect. So this is the season where we're going to see little things that we don't like what he does. That's what it's going to be this season. More you know him, innit? Yeah.
Do you know what, right? So one little bit before we wrap up the show, and I think people like to join in and have a good talk about targets, potential attacking targets. And let me just go through these comments first. David said, I love Chiesa. We need to give him more game time because he's pure class. Play him in Salah's position even for 30 minutes, then he'll be ready for when Salah goes to the AFCON. Yeah. I agree with that.
I agree, yeah.
And he said, with the front four of words, Hugo, Isak and Mo, we should be twatting teams. 100%. Yeah. And he needs to understand what he's got. This is the truth. It's not normal. We've got some belters there. And look, someone who's backing me on Chiesa, my mate Connor. Fucking
Connor.
Adam piping up there, Connor, lad. Have a word with him.
I think Connor's got Chiesa posters on his wall or everything.
Fucking hell, yeah. Well, you know what? I'm going to go into some of the links. A lot of the forward links. We know the defensive side of it, Mo. We know centre-halves are needed, blah, blah, blah. But I wanted to bring up some of the forward ones. The links that are coming out are wingers. So obviously, I think the club feel that they know that Diaz won and not bringing someone in. Maybe something that's pissed them off a bit that they didn't bring anyone in. Semenyo, what's your thoughts with this one?
I got mixed opinions. Like depends what day, what side of a bed I wake up. When if I wake up on the right hand side, I'm like, yeah, Semenyo, great. He can play on either wing. He can cover Mo. He can play on either wing, which is great. He's one of the best, or has been the best attacking players in the Premier League in the last 18 months. Great. Yeah. But then I wake up on the left side of the bed. I'm thinking, is he the answer? Is this just a flash in the pan? If he does it this year continuously and ends up with 20 plus GA assists, I think I need to see. I know we had an amazing season last season, and he started well this season. But I think I need to see him do it 2 years consistently in the Prem. Then I would say yes, because he offers that versatility. He can play left and right, and which is great versatility to have. The other person I like, and not many people like, is Elise. I'd love to get Elise. He's my favorite choice.
Top target for the right hand side.
He's my favorite choice. But Semenyo, I'll make my final decision after the season.
Yeah, well, like Andy's saying here, Semenyo is an animal, but I really hope the club concentrates on a defensive minded play. I do agree. I'm just bringing up the attacking ones, and I know what you're saying. I know, seeing you were talking about it on Twitter. I do agree. We all agree. Fucking hell, do you know what I mean? But one more centre half going down for a fucking disaster. Do you know what I mean? But Adam, Semenyo in particular, I do agree with Mo. I think with the money that's getting banded about. Look, for instance, there's talk of release clause, blah, 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 90 million in January. 90 million's a lot of money, isn't it, for a player that, is still proving his worth in the league. I think he's a fantastic player to do. He's one that gets you excited. The one thing is as well, see, this season's the one to judge him on, because obviously they've lost loads of players, and if he still performs like he does, Liverpool have got a player to go and get there. And look, more importantly, we know the ins and outs of the deal, because Richard Hughes was the one that brought him to Bournemouth.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was going to say. It's like I see in like a little rumour that it could be a McAllister release clause.
Like 35 million.
Yeah, that could be that. That's what they don't want to keep it under wraps. That's what I see today.
Well, we'll know and he's only 25 as well.
Yeah, I like him. I think he's cracking by Mane a little. He could like what Mane. He's a bit like Mane, isn't he? Like,
I was just going to say, he could be the next Mane, couldn't he? For us?
Yeah. Bit raw, isn't he? Bit raw pace.
Strong as well. And one of the best things about Semenyo, he can get back.
Yeah. I was saying to you before as well. I want a bit of height in the side as well. I think we're struggling off set pieces and stuff like that. So I'd be happy. I'd be really happy if he came in. Definitely.
Yeah, I think there's going to be a few clubs in for him. I can imagine Arsenal will be, because they are still a bit unsure on their left hand side with the Martinellis and stuff like that, Mo. But there's another few players that are linked. I agree with you, Elise. Elise is the right side of the line. I think I think they're looking at. They're obviously they definitely have concerns at the left hand side, because they've let one go already, and there was links with Gakpo going in the summer. So you never know what happens in the future. It's like they've cleared a few of the players out that Klopp brought in towards the end. Do you know what I mean? The Diaz's and shit like that. But Semenyo and another few players that I'm going to bring up now in particular, that like get you off your seat type of players. Another one is Barcola.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts there?
Yeah.
Cracking player. And there is a chance, because PSG have got an abundance of talent on their wings. They've got youngsters, Makulu or someone coming through as well, and they've got others there. So Barcola's at a point where in his career where he thinks, I want to play regularly, and I want to be the main man, even to kick on. Will he get that 20, 30, 40 plus games at PSG? I don't know. Could he be turned by Liverpool? 100%. And he's a great player. He's a great player. The only thing I would question, because I haven't seen enough of him, is whether he has that track back ability in him, that work rate. I think Gakpo hasn't got the work rate that Diaz has.
No,
I think we missed that. And I think the way Slot wants to play, he needs his wingers to have that work rate, So my only question with Barcola is whether he has that work rate. I could be wrong, because I haven't seen enough of him. But what I have seen of him, what a talent, and he'd be a great addition. I wouldn't I wouldn't say no to that at all. If you said to me Barcola or Semenyo, oh, that's a tough choice.
Tough that, like.
Shows how good that Semenyo is, though, to be linked aside him, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I would actually pick Semenyo because there's a sample size of him in the Premier League.
Yeah.
I think he'd be my favourite as well, Adam. And another player that has been banded about is Rodrigo. Obviously, we know last year Liverpool were interested with him. I just think with what he had up the sleeve, you couldn't imagine seeing Liverpool going massive again.
Yeah, that could be a thing. Yeah, that could be one that we maybe said, let's bear with Gakpo and that this season, and then we go next season.
We spent a lot of money this year, you know that.
And
There's no way they were going to spend 60, 70, 80 on another forward, were they?
No. Plus wages as well, and I think maybe we're all thinking maybe Mo might go in the summer as well. There's going to be someone who wants big wages again next season. So could be a shout, really.
Yeah, Andy saying it's Emery links. Yeah, well, he was a player that was like, it was Ornstein talking about it, didn't he? He said really like
good player.
There's a few, isn't he, at PSG that they're just not. They don't seem to be fucking settled there. Do you know what I mean? Andy said, he does. He's the player that he does love because there's been many links to him. There's nothing come out for a little bit, but I'm sure it will be. And Rodrigo, Mo, what's your thoughts?
Not for me.
No.
I like Rodrigo. I do think he's a top player.
I like him. I think he's a good player, but I think he's come out so much in the last 3 months, especially saying how much he loves Real Madrid and all.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah.
I'm like, do you know what? Fuck you then, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? We are Liverpool. So he's kind of pissed me off a little bit, like, you know? Yeah. If we get him, I'll change my tune. I'll be like, yeah, he's amazing.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you ask me now, I'll be like, for the price and the wages, I think let's go and find a player and develop it like a Semenyo and develop that into a superstar.
No, fair enough. Yeah, fair play. Yeah.
I was going to bring this up as well. Morgan Rogers, Adam. I think the club are going to go for him, and I really do. I knew they loved him and wanted to get him at the end of the window.
I wouldn't have this season, like.
No, I know. They're probably looking at that and going, perfect. I think Morgan Rogers. I do think Chiesa will go in the near future, and I think he takes his place.
What position is Rogers for us?
I know. I've always said, like, don't know what he is.
I think they'll use him like Soboslai in a couple of roles.
Yeah,
he's played up the left a few times as well as and he's sat in midfield and stuff. There's a talent there. Yeah,
there's definitely a talent. I think that shit might have sailed though with him. I honestly do. I think someone else might go for him, maybe like a Tottenham or something next season. I don't know. I don't know. I just don't see it happening because, like I say, I don't really know where he plays.
That's my problem with it as well. I don't know where he plays. I think if we're getting him because we like him, there's going to be too many square pegs and round holes.
But also with the English quota, I can't remember. Have we still got a little? We on the edge of that, and also Villa have got PSR, haven't they?
Yeah. There's all that.
Makes a deal, a cheap deal.
Yeah.
And maybe his form's gone. Sorry to interrupt.
No.
Maybe his form's gone to pot because his head was turned by us.
Yeah,
I do believe he was. I know, for instance, of a few people that will know. And we spoke about it with a couple, Andy and the boys in the groups and that. The club definitely like Morgan Rogers, 100%.
Yeah.
His name, even Ornstein talked about Morgan Rogers a while ago. Do you know what I mean? Liverpool definitely like it. Let's make no mistake about it. Forget about this season. He was brilliant last year.
Yeah, he was, Really good.
But look, we'll wrap it up. We're going to go more into Man United tomorrow. Mo, as always, thanks very much for coming on.
Yeah, thanks for having me. It's been a pleasure.
Prediction. Give me actually, before you go, I want your details. Give me your lineup for United and give me your prediction.
My lineup is it based on Grav and Canate injured or available?
I think they'll be fit, but we'll only probably know tomorrow, won't we, with the press conference with Arne Slot.
If they're both fit, okay.
I do fit and do without.
Okay, if they're fit, Mama in goals, I'd go Frimpong, Ibu, Verge, Kirkes, Grav, Dom, Wirtz, Hugo, Isak, Mo. If they're not fit,
it'll be a 10-0 win. That.
If they're not fit, Mama in goals. I go Bradley right back because defensively I think he offers more. Gomez, VVD, Kirkes, Jones, and Dom and Wirtz. And then I think he'll go Gakpo, Hugo, Mo.
I do think so. I do think if there is, no one really knows yet, do they? Till they get fully back. I think they would have rather back this afternoon. I know a few of them have had a few little trips and stuff. So
we'll definitely find out tomorrow, won't we?
Yeah. They're back in tomorrow. But I think if there is injury concerns where they don't play Kanate or Gravenberch, I think that definitely changes his mind, Adam, don't you? And I know we'll go into it tomorrow, but I could see him reverting to a few players who we trust more if there's an injury or two.
If there's injuries, you're saying? Yeah. Especially the Szoboszlai, 100% start centre mid then with maybe McAllister though, I reckon. I want him to start Jones, I just don't think he will. Though. I think he's going to go with McAllister, isn't he? And especially if Gravenberch isn't fit, he would definitely 100% play McAllister, I think.
Even though McAllister only got back yesterday?
Yeah, I do. I just think he did it last time, didn't he, against Burnley as well?
He came back like the day fucking before then.
Yeah, he played, and I don't agree with it, don't get me wrong.
He scored 2 goals, Mac, didn't he?
Yeah.
So,
yeah. All the players did really well on international, so they should be coming back with some.
Which is kind of a bad thing, actually. Because
that's what everyone keeps saying. What have you been doing, Slot?
It's a bad thing, but it's such a good thing going into the game that we've got.
Hopefully.
Do you know, just before we wrap up, just before that international break, the worst thing that possibly happened to us was another away day. That was the worst fucking thing that could have happened. We were desperate for the home game, and thankfully Sunday. Look, make no mistake about it. Mo, what's your prediction? You forgot to say your scoreline.
3-1 Liverpool.
Yeah.
That's it. We'll end on that. Done. It's a must win. Yeah. Mo, as always, thanks very much for coming on.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
No, you're more than welcome. Adam, we're back tomorrow, 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
7 o'clock for the preview. I'm getting twitchy now. I need the game to come, don't you?
I know. Same. It is. It's getting nervy now, isn't it?
Yeah.
United belly.
Yeah, United belly. There's no excuses now, and we'll talk more on it tomorrow. But
yeah,
Reds will turn up. I think they will turn up. I'm getting a bit more confidence because I can't imagine. There's no way our crowd's going to let Liverpool off to play shit. Not a chance.
No.
And it's about this is the game I look for in particular. I'm excited, and I know everyone else should be. Because if you can't get up for this game, don't fucking bother turning up for the next one. Simple as that.
Yeah.
But let's.
And Mo's still after the ticket.
Yeah. Just get on our mate here.
Any singles, let me know.
It's right,
keep an eye out for you. But look, guys, thanks very much. Smash a like and subscribe, and we'll see you tomorrow. Up the fuck.